Imagine for a moment that everything you know about yourself is merely a whisper of a vastly greater truth. That the experiences, emotions, and thoughts defining who you are but fragments of an expansive puzzle. A piece in a mosaic of possibilities. What if the life you know is only one among countless parallel paths, where other versions of you exist, traversing paths and learning lessons you may never encounter in this reality? Close your eyes and feel the pulse of this possibility. You are the only one seeing the world through your eyes. But what if, on a deep and unknown level, other yous are also living and evolving, each with a unique view of existence? These other selves, versions inhabiting parallel dimensions, are connected to you by invisible threads, like branches of the same tree, each growing in different directions yet sharing roots that drink from the same source of energy and wisdom. They know, experience, and understand aspects that might be beyond your reach right now but still echo within your own consciousness, like memories of a forgotten dream. Imagine each version of you holding a piece of a spiritual puzzle, a unique vision of reality and human potential. These versions are like reflections in an infinite mirror of possibilities, where every choice, every thought, every lived moment creates a new branch of reality. If you could glimpse these reflections, if you could hear the voices and lessons that echo from other versions of yourself, what might they wish to share? What advice would they offer on the decisions you face now? Perhaps there is a version of you that has already overcome fears that limit you today. Or perhaps a Jung in another dimension has found the peace you've been seeking. This video is an invitation to explore the mystery of these parallel versions. It does not ask for blind belief but invites you to open yourself to a new perception of the self, because perhaps listening to the voices of these selves is a key to accessing an inner wisdom that transforms everything. Who you are, what you choose, and how you live. When we open our hearts and minds to what these selves have to teach us, we expand our own consciousness. So, get ready for a journey where we will discover how to connect with these versions of ourselves and how the wisdom they hold can shape our lives in extraordinary ways. This is a spiritual adventure into the limitless potential of a consciousness that embraces the totality of being, of who you are. What if our identity were just a fragment of a larger, more complex self, scattered across parallel realities, a web of interconnected existences beyond common understanding? Consider the possibility that you are a multidimensional being whose essence is spread across many layers, many lives, many selves. What you call I is like the tip of an iceberg, visible and familiar yet deeply connected to a vast submerged realm of experiences and wisdom that extend across other realities. Imagine each version of yourself as a unique expression of the same soul, each exploring specific nuances and directions. There is hidden wisdom within these different facets of yourself, forming a mosaic of experiences and identities that intertwine, overlap, and enrich each other. We are not a single limited essence. We are multifaceted, flowing through dimensions of time and space. These other selves are there to be accessed, as if their experiences, insights, and worldviews could be integrated into our own path. Perhaps this explains those moments of intuition when a decision or insight suddenly arises, feeling perfect and complete. This knowledge might come from a version of you that has already faced something similar. Or perhaps those flashes of inexplicable recognition, as if certain situations, places, and people were already part of you. Each version carries traces of this multidimensional identity, and the experiences of oneself can resonate across reality layers, impacting all others that share the same essence. This idea challenges the conventional view that we are isolated, static entities. It invites us to consider that by expanding our consciousness to embrace these multiple facets of ourselves, we open the door to a deeper and more complete understanding of who we truly are. We are connected to a field of possibilities, where each version explores aspects of human potential, each of us a particle of a greater consciousness, unraveling the mysteries of being. When we expand this perception, we create space for true transformation. We start to see our identity not as rigid but as flexible, adaptable, and constantly evolving. If each of us could access this wholeness, this multiplicity of selves, how many answers could we find to the most profound questions about ourselves? How many possibilities could we uncover for our own spiritual evolution? Knowing that we are a multidimensional identity offers a new perspective on our life purpose, for by connecting with these parallel realities, we integrate the wisdom of each and gain clarity about the path we choose to follow here and now. If there are multiple versions of ourselves, how can we open a channel to these connections? This is a profound question as it challenges us to explore practices that transcend the everyday and delve into expanded self-knowledge. Accessing these parallel realities and connecting with these selves requires more than imagination. It calls for an open mind and heart, a genuine desire to integrate the knowledge held by these facets of ourselves. There are tools that can help in this process, acting as bridges to connect with these fragments of reality. One such practice is visualization. By closing your eyes and allowing your mind to draw scenarios where these versions of yourself live, you start building a mental bridge to these parallel realities. Imagine yourself in front of an infinite number of doors, each leading to a you living a different life, making different choices and experiencing other aspects of being. With focused intention, you can choose to open one of these doors, visualize the reality within, and feel the presence of this version, capturing insights, sensations, and lessons. Another powerful tool is guided meditation. During meditation, the body relaxes, and the mind can expand beyond conventional limits, entering a state of consciousness where these selves become more accessible. Imagine yourself floating in a vast ocean of consciousness, where each wave is a version of you, each transmitting a frequency, a vibration. With consistent practice, you may open yourself to the messages of these versions, which can appear as images, emotions, or words that seem to come from a place beyond the conscious mind. It's a way of accessing memories, intuitions, and advice that resonate as familiar truths, as if from a part of you that has always existed. For some, writing can also be a powerful tool for connection. Recording thoughts, insights, and experiences about other versions of yourself allows the conscious and unconscious mind to align, helping establish an internal dialogue with these parallel realities. This journaling practice can become a kind of channel, where messages from other versions begin to flow. Often, writing without censoring, letting words and ideas come freely, results in profound reflections, as if they were communications from other selves wishing to share their wisdom. Each of these practices helps us connect with the dimensions of our own existence, making this sense that we are more than the self we see in the mirror more tangible. By establishing a routine of connection, we cultivate a sensitivity to incoming messages, emerging intuitions, and insights that resonate with undeniable clarity. These are the voices of our parallel selves, waiting for our openness to listen, learn, and evolve with the help of shared wisdom. This connection with our selves expands our consciousness, leading us to a deeper understanding of our true essence. What if time, rather than being a straight line, were a vast ocean where everything already exists simultaneously, waiting only for the moment when our consciousness touches it? Imagine this ocean as an infinite expanse where each drop represents a moment, a possibility, a reality. Instead of moving from point to point like swimmers in a linear river, our consciousness has the power to expand and reach any drop, any instant, any version of ourselves. This concept of time as an ocean of possibilities transforms how we understand our own path and the choices we make. Each decision is not a point of no return but a new branching of an interconnected network. In a parallel reality, a choice you didn't make here is fully lived by another version of you. Each of these selves operates on one of these branches, experiencing a specific angle of a decision. Thus, our limited perception of linear time is only a way of navigating the reality we are in now, but in essence time is much more fluid and multidimensional. This view might explain sensations of déjà vu, as if a subtle memory from another reality manifested in our minds for a brief instant. Or inexplicable intuitions, where we feel a certainty about something seemingly unknown. These moments occur when our current self connects with another self in a parallel dimension, and their experiences resonate across time's boundaries like waves spreading through the ocean, uniting realities separated by invisible lines. From this perspective, each version of you constantly influences and is influenced by the others. The lessons we learn here resonate with other selves seeking the same answers in evolution. At the same time, our other versions may be sending us words, perceptions, or signs guiding us to new understanding. When we see time as an ocean of possibilities, we realize these exchanges are natural, almost inevitable, and that what we call future and past are merely points in a larger circle, all coexisting. Thus, we start to view life differently. Every choice, every moment, every challenge takes on new meaning. Instead of seeing them as limited paths, we understand that each choice is a door to a new universe of possibilities. And in each of these universes, A version of us is evolving, finding answers, and sending signals that, if we are attentive, we can receive. Time, then, is not an unforgiving adversary but a deep ally where all possibilities await us. Connecting with your parallel self is more than mystical curiosity. It's a journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth that can illuminate the paths we choose to walk. Imagine that each version of you serves as a spiritual guide, carrying experiences, lessons, and insights that can help you overcome challenges and answer the deepest questions about your existence. When we open our minds to the possibility that these parallel selves are willing to share their knowledge, we begin to see our own lives from a new perspective, with greater clarity and purpose. Consider, for example, moments when a sudden understanding appears from nowhere, as if a solution or answer materialized from an unknown place. These moments might be manifestations of what a parallel self has already learned. It's as if they faced a similar situation, overcame the obstacle, and now wish to share the wisdom they gained. Imagine that each lesson learned by a version of you in another reality becomes a source of inspiration and support for the self you are now. This connection acts as a spiritual compass, guiding you with wisdom accumulated across various realities. Experiences like déjà vu, powerful intuitions, and even certain dreams can serve as windows into these other realities, allowing you to capture fragments of these selves accumulated experiences. Perhaps one version of you has uncovered a deep spiritual truth that, in this moment, you feel as an inner calling, a restlessness driving you towards something greater. These memories may be messages, a subtle communication between versions of the same soul sharing a mutual desire for growth and understanding. When we open ourselves to receiving this wisdom, our own spiritual journey deepens. We begin to realize we're not alone in our challenges. Instead, there's a support network of other versions of us confronting the same questions from different angles. With this openness, we begin to integrate lessons, values, and insights that enrich our own path, accelerating our spiritual evolution and our capacity to love and understand the world. Simultaneously, as we learn from the experiences of these other selves, we also expand our own ability to contribute to this web of wisdom. The lessons we learn here and now resonate and nourish the journeys of our parallel selves. So, as we face a challenge with courage or discover a new truth, we send out a signal of light that helps other versions of ourselves. We are simultaneously receivers and transmitters of a profound and collective wisdom, strengthening the self across all realities in a shared journey of evolution. Not only can you glimpse other versions of yourself, but you can also choose which one you wish to embody. This is the essence of quantum jumping, the idea that by adjusting our internal vibration, we have the power to align with an alternative reality, a timeline where we are already the version we wish to be. Think of it as choosing a radio station from a vast spectrum of frequencies. Each version of you, each parallel reality, vibrates at a specific frequency. By tuning your own energy to that frequency, you draw closer to the reality it represents. At its core, quantum jumping is a process of expanding consciousness. Through it, you release the notion of being confined to a single trajectory, perceiving yourself as a being of infinite possibilities. This means that, even if you're at a point in life that feels limited or full of challenges, there is a version of you that has already overcome those obstacles and is living the reality you desire. And by aligning mentally and energetically with that version, you start to attract the qualities and experiences of that timeline. One way to experience quantum jumping is through visualization. Close your eyes and imagine yourself already living the reality you desire. See the colors, feel the emotions, and absorb the confidence this version of you radiates. The clearer you can visualize this reality, the more accessible and possible it becomes. By dedicating time to this practice, you are signaling to your mind and to the universe that you are ready to live this version of your life, allowing it to manifest more easily. The process also involves tuning in to the emotions that this version of you feels. If the version you aspire to become has already achieved peace and fulfillment, then try to feel those emotions now as if they are already yours. In doing so, you are, in energetic terms, resonating with that reality. It's as if you're creating a vibrational bridge between the present and the desired future, allowing them to draw closer and eventually merge. This is the power of quantum jumping, an intentional choice of a reality where what you desire already exists. Each time you practice quantum jumping, your mind and emotions expand to embrace new possibilities. Over time, you begin to notice subtle changes, signs that your reality is indeed shifting. The situations, people, and opportunities you attract start reflecting the frequency of this new reality. You realize you are the creator of your experience, capable of consciously choosing the life you wish to live. Quantum jumping is an invitation to transcend apparent limitations and welcome a version of you that already embodies everything you seek. Manifestation is a process of alignment, not a passive wait. Rather than relying on linear time for our desires to materialize, we must understand that manifestation occurs as our vibration aligns with what we want to attract. This means that instead of seeking the desire out there and waiting for it, the key to manifestation is becoming the desire itself, vibrating at the same frequency it represents. Imagine the reality around you as a mirror reflecting your inner state of being. If you wish to attract peace, you must first cultivate peace within. If you seek prosperity, you need to vibrate at the frequency of abundance, even before it physically manifests. When you resonate with the emotions and energies associated with your desire, you become a magnet for it. This resonance is a direct invitation for the universe, through the laws of vibration, to materialize what you already are. To accelerate this process, connect with a version of yourself who has already achieved this desire. Visualize this self and observe the emotions, attitudes, and energy they emanate. Deepen this image, capturing every detail that makes them so aligned with your realized desire. How do they feel? What kind of thoughts do they hold? What decisions do they make and what actions do they take? By internalizing these characteristics, you integrate the qualities and feelings of this version of yourself, strengthening the vibrational link that draws you closer to that reality. The next step is to practice this vibration daily. Begin your day aligned with the energy you wish to see reflected in your life. If it's gratitude you seek, start by expressing gratitude from the moment you open your eyes. If it's success, feel worthy and deserving of that achievement in every thought and action. This practice not only strengthens your vibration but also prepares your energetic field to recognize the opportunities and signs the universe sends in response to your vibrational state. True manifestation happens when we become the frequency of what we desire. This is the secret to making our wishes come to life more quickly and smoothly. When we connect with a version of ourselves who already lives this reality, we access a vibrational shortcut. We begin to act, feel, and think like that version, and in doing so, the line between desire and reality begins to dissolve, revealing that we are, in essence, the creators of what we experience. For a long time, science and spirituality were seen as opposites, but they have started converging as they explore realities beyond our senses' perception. Quantum physics, with its groundbreaking concepts on the nature of reality, offers a scientific foundation for the idea of multiple realities or multiverses, a structure suggesting the existence of parallel universes, each with its own laws, conditions, and possibilities. For many, this discovery in modern physics validates ancient spiritual wisdom that already intuited the existence of various layers of reality, where all possible versions of ourselves coexist. In quantum physics, the role of the observer is crucial. It is believed that observation collapses a wave of infinite possibilities into a single, concrete reality. This implies that without a conscious observer, reality remains fluid, open to all possibilities. Thus, human consciousness acts as an active creator of reality, choosing, often unconsciously, which version of itself it wishes to manifest in the present. With each choice, thought, and feeling, we are, in fact, shaping the reality we experience, selecting a specific timeline from a vast ocean of alternative realities. The concept of the multiverse, then, can be understood as a set of parallel paths, where each decision we make is lived out at some level by another version of ourselves. These universes coexist but are separated by the barriers of perception and individual choices. Beyond scientific understanding, many spiritual traditions speak of overlapping realities, where each version of our soul explores different lessons, evolving in multiple directions simultaneously. This concept helps us understand the power of thought and intention. If consciousness truly has the ability to collapse a specific reality, then our desires, fears, and intentions are fundamental in defining the reality we experience. By adjusting our focus and our vibration, we are, in effect, aligning ourselves with a parallel reality where our ideal self already exists, where our dreams and goals have already been realized. This intersection between science and spirituality inspires us to live with greater awareness, to realize that our mind and heart are powerful instruments in creating reality. Rather than seeing ourselves as victims of circumstances, We understand that we are constantly choosing among countless possibilities, manifesting the version of ourselves and the world that resonates with our deepest frequency. Modern science and spiritual wisdom converge to show us that the universe is not a fixed destiny, but a dance of infinite probabilities, ready to be realized by the consciousness that observes. What if intuition were more than just an inexplicable feeling, a hunch, or a fleeting impression? Imagine it as a channel, a direct line connecting your current awareness to other versions of yourself existing in parallel realities, versions that may have already lived through experiences similar to what you now face. This intuition could be the voice of an alternative self, attempting to guide you through well-trodden paths, sharing understanding and insight beyond what your conscious mind can process. Intuition often appears in ways that defy logic and reason. It's that sudden impulse, the inexplicable certainty, the clarity that arises without a clear rationale. When we listen to our intuition, we are, in a sense, going beyond the limits of the rational mind and tapping into something deeper, perhaps even a wisdom that transcends the boundaries of time and space. Some spiritual traditions view intuition as a divine guide, but within the concept of parallel realities, it may be an expression of a connection to these other versions of ourselves, in constant communication with us. Imagine each alternative self accumulating experiences and lessons along their journey, facing challenges, making decisions, and growing spiritually. These selves can sometimes send signals to you, especially when you're encountering similar situations. For example, when you feel a premonition about whether or not to follow a certain path, this intuition might come from a version of yourself who has already lived the consequences of a similar choice. Rather than moving forward without guidance, you receive a subtle sign that steers and protects you. Developing the sensitivity to listen to this intuition is like opening the door to a dialogue with these other realities. To do this, it's essential to quiet the mind, trust the sensations that arise, and allow this communication to flow without interference. Practices like meditation and intentional silence help strengthen this channel, making you more receptive to the whispers and insights from your own multidimensional being. Each time we listen to and act on our intuition, we deepen this connection. This inner counselor becomes a constant presence, guiding us, bringing answers, and protecting us from choices that may not align with our essence. And so, through contact with other realities, our path becomes clearer, more illuminated, and in harmony with what we most deeply wish to achieve. These parallel realities, these multiple selves, are not truly separate entities. They represent fragments of a single consciousness, parts of a greater self that transcends time and space. This vision brings us to a profound understanding of unity. We are not isolated beings but expressions of a single essence exploring the universe through multiple perspectives. True spiritual wisdom lies in integrating these facets, recognizing that together these selves form a complete mosaic of our being, a collective expression of everything we are and can be. Imagine each version of you as a note in a grander symphony, where each sound brings its own tone and harmony, but when played alongside others, creates a complete, vibrant melody that represents the fullness of your being. Each self exists in its own reality, yet, on a higher level, all are connected, like parts of the same organism that grows and learns continuously. Understanding this unity is understanding that there is no real separation. All experiences, all lessons, and all emotions are shared and accumulated to expand the consciousness of this greater essence that is you. As we connect with these other versions, we realize that our lives are intertwined with theirs and that the lessons learned by oneself resonate across all others. Every victory, every challenge overcome, and every achievement brings strength to the entire collective, to every part of this soul that is unique yet expresses itself in different forms. When we begin to live with this understanding of unity, we recognize that our essence is timeless, limitless, and in constant evolution, incorporating everything that each self experiences and learns. Integrating these versions is not only a spiritual practice but a journey of self-knowledge. By consciously connecting with the collective self, we gain a broader perspective on life and on who we are. We come to see each challenge and triumph not as isolated events but as growth opportunities that contribute to the totality of our being. Integration brings peace, acceptance, and deep wisdom, as we understand that we are part of something much larger, a universal consciousness exploring itself in multiple forms. In this state of unity, all fears, doubts, and limitations begin to dissolve, for we realize that no matter the reality we inhabit, we are part of a collective force, an essence that is always complete. To experience this integration is to embrace the wisdom of the self as a whole, allowing the fullness of our essence to guide our steps, bringing purpose and clarity to our journey. Throughout this journey, we have explored the possibility of multiple realities and countless versions of ourselves, each one exploring a unique facet of what it means to be. By contemplating the potential of these parallel realities, we open our consciousness to the vastness of possibilities life offers and to the wisdom contained within each of these versions. Everything you've ever sought, everything you wish to achieve, everything you hope to be, may already be lived by a version of you somewhere in this multidimensional universe. What if, instead of viewing life as a straight line, we could embrace this vastness, this ocean of realities, allowing all our experiences and the lessons from our parallel selves to enrich our present? Knowing that a version of you has already achieved what you seek inspires you to bring this reality into the now, connecting with the wisdom and qualities of that version of yourself who is already living the life you desire. By recognizing and accepting the potential of these multiple realities, you begin to live more intentionally and fully. Each choice becomes an opportunity to align with the version of yourself that is in harmony with what you want to be and feel. Every moment becomes a chance to connect with the wisdom of these other selves and bring into the present all they have learned. You then become a traveler between these realities, integrating the collective wisdom of your being and manifesting, more and more, the version of you that resonates most with your purpose. And so, the potential of these multiple realities ceases to be a distant mystery and becomes a living force in your journey, a source of inspiration that reminds you that if a version of you has already achieved what you desire, there is no reason not to begin living that reality here and now. After all the fullness you seek, all the peace and fulfillment you desire, exist within you, in every dimension, in every version, in every parallel reality that composes your being. Now that you've explored this profound journey of self-discovery and spirituality, why not take the first step to integrate these parallel realities into your life? If this message resonated with you, allow yourself to like the video, share this experience with someone who might also benefit from it, and subscribe to the channel to continue exploring content that expands the mind and spirit. Share your reflections, experiences, and even the insights this journey may have awakened in you in the comments. This is a space where we can grow together, inspiring each other to explore the full potential of our multiple realities. Let's move forward, connecting with who we are, who we could be, and who we already are in other realities, for your transformation begins now.